Welcome to IPOPlatform.com, an investment banking arm of Chittorgarh.com. We have started a series on communicating with the promoters of the upcoming IPOs so that we can understand their business for the benefit of the investors. So here I am, Priyanka Jain from IPOPlatform.com, and today we have with us the promoters of Matrix GEO. Matrix GEO belongs to the drone sector and is coming with its initial public offer in this month of September on NSE Emerge, SME platform of India. So we have with us Mr. Rahul Jain and Mr. Amit Sharma. Welcome both of you. And first of all, we would like to congratulate you on your DRHP approval from NSE Emerge. So
Thank you.
Over to you, Mr. Rahul. So first of all, we would like to understand how did you started this business in the drone sector and what has been your journey till now with Matrix GEO?
Thank you, Priyanka ji and IPOPlatform for giving us an opportunity to interact with you. So coming back to your question that how we have started this journey. So we started Matrix GEO solution way back in 2008 with a vision to provide all kinds of remote sensing and geospatial technologies for the smarter planning and sustainable infrastructure development in India. When we started, there was no drone and LiDAR system there as a mainstream surveying technology there in India. So in the early years, when we started our work, way back in 1997, when we started our journey, as a just after the college. So at that time we started with these technologies. Our first job was related to remote sensing and all that. So we learned most of the things out there. And so up to 2007-8, we were working for several multinational companies where we learned these technologies a lot. And then we decided to utilize these technologies in India so that we'll bring those things in Indian continent and as well as for the engineering purposes. So for that, in that case, we started focusing on remote sensing in the early days because LiDAR and drone was not there. And then we started with geospatial consultancies in India. Over a time, when the technology matured in 2011-12, then we started with working with drones, but it was not there again. So in 2014-15, we started with drones maturely, and then we decided to give the solution for the precision surveys. And the journey has been so excited from executing our first few projects to completing more than 1,500 projects assignment over 27 states in India, over 10 countries across the globe. Today, Matrix GEO has grown into a trusted partner for the government bodies, PSUs, and private sectors clients. So that's it. That how the journey has started so far. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Rahulji. Now, as we understand that drone sector typically offers services in like filming, photography, agriculture, and as you said, geospatial mapping. So I would like to understand what is the business model of Matrix GEO. And we came to know that the focus area is geospatial technology, as said by Rahul. So can you please let us know in simpler terms what is geospatial technology and what problem it is solving for in the ecosystem?
Sure. So, before coming to what is geospatial, I just want to bring this point. Like, for example, if you imagine 2 decades earlier, for planning of a large infrastructure like a dam or an expressway or a railway project, people used to visit on the site, and they used to visit the sites for, and they used to spend for weeks, months, and sometimes years also to collect the data. And without getting the right information from the ground, the planning of this project generally they gets delayed, and then whole infrastructure development that used to get delayed. But now in last few years, the technologies like drone, satellite, and manned aircraft and advanced sensors they can collect this data in very fast, almost 5 to 10 times faster than the traditional way of collecting the data on the ground. So this whole technology, which includes drone and satellite and different kind of sensors, which can collect the data from the manned aircrafts, from the above surface, underwater, and also underground. So these kind of a technology known as the geospatial technology. Okay, and Matrix GEO is a geospatial and engineering consulting company. So we are into collecting using this data, and our focus on geospatial technologies. So in the geospatial technologies also, we very prominently focus on drone technology, because drones are applicable for many different areas across geography. And right now, as these technologies are applicable to many different areas, but Matrix Geo focuses on mainly on the projects related to infrastructure development. So, for example, we are providing services in railways, mining, highway development planning, dam project planning, solar power project planning projects. So these kind of a large infrastructure project we are into, and that is what where we focus on. And we see this kind of a sector is all these sectors are very much the government is coming up with a lot of projects, and these technologies are really very much required. They are the need of the hour right now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Amit. So Matrix GEO, as the name itself suggests, that GEO means geospatial. So that's why we have come up with this name, Matrix GEO.
Yes. Yeah. So sure. So GEO means the geographically or geospatial technologies collecting all these using modern survey technologies.
Great to know this. So what are the services that we are offering and that you have already covered, like geospatial and everything? So which sectors are using these geospatial services in India? What kind of sectors are using our services?
See, we are offering end-to-end geospatial services, the remote sensing services. It may start from ground survey to drone survey to satellite surveys, any type of lidar mapping, photogrammetry mapping, GIS-based asset management, monitoring and inspection, 3D modeling, digital twin modelings. And in that case, our clients spans multiple sectors, starting from railway, highway, mining, energy, urban development, environment, forestry, disaster management, flood management right now. And even in the governance sector, we are utilizing this technology because most of the state government governance are utilizing GIS-based solutions. Even in the city level planning or any type of planning, whether it is large infrastructure, rivers, or anything. So they are utilizing the GIS database, the modern surveys, the data specifically for designing and planning purposes. So it can be used anywhere. So the sectors or the geospatial services have the tremendous role in most of the sectors. Any type of, if you say anything, then we can utilize geospatial services out there. Even the hospitals are utilizing, the schools are utilizing geospatial services. So the scope is quite a larger there. We still don't know that where we can utilize it. So the problem statement comes in, we might be able to solve it with the geospatial solution. I hope I would be able to answer your question.
Sure. So understanding that the scope is very wide for us, and in the DRHP, we came to know about your various projects like high-speed rail corridor, then survey over Chenab River, then various solar projects and Kumbh Mela planning. So for the benefit of investors, so that they can understand more clearly, if you can take two or such projects, one or two such projects, and how we have executed those projects.
Okay. So I think we were the part of many prestigious projects in India. But in this interview, I will just highlight one or two projects as suggested. So like this bullet train planning project, so it was the first bullet train project in India. So it was it was a prestigious project for India also, and it was planned between Mumbai and Ahmedabad. So for planning of these kind of infrastructure, you need to plan the what will be the tentative routes and what will be the right optimal route where it can have a maximum benefit of. And for doing these kind of planning, we have used satellite-based geospatial technology, where we have used the highest resolution available of the advanced satellite of that time. We procured that satellite data and convert that satellite data into a meaningful map, where about 50 centimeter to 1 meter accuracy, all the data, all the infrastructure available on the ground can be collected. So this kind of information, like from where the roads are passing, from where the existing railways are passing or transmission lines, and where the habitations are. So these kind of information is very, very essential for planning of a new infrastructure. So in this kind of a project, we have planned from where it will start from Ahmedabad, where it will pass from, and where eventually it will land into Mumbai. So all these locations, with alignment locations and all the planning of the probable station locations. And we executed this project along with RIDES, which is a railway PSU, successfully, and in a very record time also. Record time of planning these. So this was very exciting project for us that time, and we were happy to part of this kind of a project. Also, recently we got the chance to utilize drone-based technology for the planning of Kumbh Mela. You know, this Kumbh event happened this year itself, and almost 50 crores people have visited this kind of event. So planning in a smaller city, planning these kind of event, where almost more than one third of the population of India is coming to that city. So a lot of planning is required to execute and operate these kind of event successfully and without any major issues. So they have selected Matrix GEO for conducting a drone-based surveys for the whole area of where this event was supposed to be planned on the bank of rivers. And then we have, from using our advanced drones, we have planned the existing, we did 2 types of survey. One is pre-monsoon and another is post-monsoon. And we have collected the extent of water where it goes, and the what is the gradient of railway of the existing infrastructure near the bank of the river, where the temporary cities can be planned, where the temporary roads can be planned, and all those planning we were the part of this event. And based on our data, the authority have planned all the temporary and permanent infrastructure along those banks, so that so many people can come and take their holiday without any problem. So these are the 2 projects. I think there are n number of projects where we are the part of, but I think this is something where we are really proud of.
Great to know that India is coming up with a lot of innovations and technology in organizing these events. Okay. So going on, though there were no export commitments as noticed in the DRHP, but would like to understand that are we, the companies planning to going global or any other projects like export commitments coming up in line?
Yeah, so we have started this company with the focus on bringing all these technologies here in India. But now we see that many different parts of the globe still they are not able to utilize these technologies. Like Africa, we see that there's a lot of opportunity, a lot of infrastructure development is happening like similar like India, but they are not using these kind of a technology, and they are still facing the problems. So we are expanding our footprint in those locations. Recently, we won a large contract in Mozambique, and also recently we won Uganda, Tanzania, these kind of regions also for large infrastructure planning. So we see that we will increase our footprint in those areas and try to grab more market share there, and then provide our solutions there as well.
Okay. So now when we are talking about the drone industry, so what is the market size of this drone industry in India? And over the years, how much government allocation is there to the drone sector? And how much would we be able to capture this? What would be our market share in the coming years?
See, realizing the impact of the technology for the economic growth and the geospatial penetration in the Indian context, the government has come up with the drone policy in 2021. and the National Geospatial Policy in 2022. The nationwide implementation and adoption of the drone and geospatial technology is still there, and they are infusing lots and lots of money. There's a budget of near about 3,000 crore rupees of from the government side for the different projects, different industries. Maybe it is the water sector, maybe it is for the railway sector, but majorly for the geospatial mapping. And as per the industry report, the Indian drone and geospatial market is projected to cross 13 billion by 2030, which is a very, very good, thing, which can be considered as near about 20 to 21% CAGR. Okay, increasing with that speed. The government has already announced the nationwide projects. 6 lakh village has to be mapped completely from the Swamitva scheme, where we are already empaneled with Survey of India, because Survey of India is having mandate since it is a nationwide agency. So it is having a mandate to map the whole India. So 6 lakh village as a part of the rural habitation areas. And then there is another scheme called LSM, large scale mapping of the cultivable lands, that has to be mapped as well. The India area. So India is quite big. So everybody having lots and lots of jobs. There are very few companies in India who is providing that kind of services. Not more than 50 companies are there. The real companies who is providing these kind of solutions. So, and then we have the Naksha project. The Naksha project is a C and B grade cities, 3-dimensional mapping is there. And then there is another project which is coming, digital twin. The digital twin is the A and B and C category cities are there, where we have to do the complete digital twin mapping. The digital twin is something like replica of what you are having at the moment, the physical replica of the system. So that will lead to the future. It will lead to the automotive cars, automotive systems. It can be utilized by the ULBs. It can be utilized by the ministries. It can be utilized for the governance. It can be utilized by several other things. Okay, so which are driving the adoption and the large opportunities apart from the different departments. The ministries are also adopting these technologies. So it can be utilized for several different purposes. Given our niche in the infrastructure and consulting, we believe that Matrix GEO can capture meaningful share in this growth, focusing on very high value, technology intensive project rather than commodity services. That is our major mode where we are looking at. Deciding this, we are going to capture more than in just coming years. By this year, we would be capturing near about 40 to 50 crore rupees of business out of this, since it is just initiating. And in the next year, we are targeting somewhere around 100 crore rupees of business from Indian and African market, which we are targeting from majorly from 4 to 5 sectors: railways, water sector, urban mapping sectors, and all that. So this is where we are looking at it. Probably in next 3 years, we will be having more than 200 crore rupees of market share, 200 to 300 crore rupees of market share directly.
Okay, thank you for this.
Thank you.
Now, coming to the financials of the company, from the DRHP, I can see that you closed September 2024 with a top line of 8.87 crores. And what would be your, at the closing of March 2025, what was the top line that we have touched? And what we are, the projections, though I know that we cannot discuss the projections here, but if you can just highlight the growth that we can have in the next years.
Well, the last financial year has been very strong, and we continued traction in infrastructure and mining sector, and we did some international projects as well. So the last year was we closed at 22 crore rupees of our top line, and with the bottom line of near about 6 crore. And we are maintaining a wonderful track record of EBITDA margins and a very healthy work order book, and we are focusing on sustainable growth and profitability at the moment. And we are very much sure that this year we will be targeting somewhere around 45 crores with a very good PAT margins of 25%.
Okay, so then I think it translates into a 60% rise from the last year.
Absolutely, 60 to 70% raise.
That's great. Okay, so now while we were understanding your business, we came to know that we are having projects from both from the government sector, and we must be having some private clients as well. So we would like to understand what is the revenue bifurcation between the government clients and the private sector clients.
So from the overall business, about 60% business comes from the government customers as of now, and about 40% from the private customers. Majorly, this government side is comes from railways, water sector, mining sector, and these kind of sectors. And the private is coming from solar, like the solar companies like Adani, and then some road EPC companies, and in the railway sector also.
Okay. So what would be our, our focus, whether it would be on government or private or a mix of both in the coming years? What can we expect?
So I think, because these technologies are the common tool for all large infrastructure planning. So government generally handles, they plan, they monitor, and they manage large infrastructure across country. So whether it is urban infrastructure or rural or forest or water or everything. So we are very sure that government penetration will be high. But at the same time, the companies who are into large infrastructure construction projects, or the companies into, for example, mining operations, those who need day-to-day basis insight of their operations, and also companies in O&M of roads or a power infrastructure. So those kind of a company also, the penetration of these technologies is going to be very, very high in coming years. Because right now, especially for the O&M kind of a project where they have to operate and maintain, so they are sending the people on the ground for collecting a lot of maintenance related insight of their infrastructure. But we see there's a lot of potential which will be driving the further growth in the private sector, where these technologies can make this whole operations autonomous, and people can really save some cost and safety of the people without sending on the ground. They can use the drones and technologies like this. So we see a lot of opportunity growth in both the sectors, and I think the higher percentage growth in the private side also.
Okay, thank you. Now, while we were going through the DRHP, we noticed that you have recently expanded your services into drone training and education through your brand name Drone Academy of India. So, though there were no revenue from operations in the DRHP mentioned as of now, so maybe you have started it early. I mean, it would be the earlier stages. So wanted to understand more about this, like how this is going to be your next focus area and what has been done so far regarding this.
Absolutely. We launched Drone Academy of India as a long-term strategic move. While revenue contribution hasn't been started as of September 2024, but we started the revenue generation from November 2024, as we got the certification at that time. Okay. And we see a strong demand of engineering students, professionals, government and the corporates for the skill development programs over there. And our target is to train more than 10,000 to 15,000 students and creating more than 1,000 entrepreneurs, which can be considered as a drone entrepreneurs in the next 5 years. We are intent to create a network of drone training institutions with the value-added analytics and training across the various centers in the top cities, majorly in the states, because our target from this particular institute is kind of a revenue generation with the CSR activity plus the licensing activity. Because if you are providing education to the corporates, you are making the awareness of the technology. Okay. The corporate people as well as to the government officials. So if you are giving know-how and knowledge to the corporates as well as the government people, so you can bring up with new opportunities along with them. So this is the another way of doing the marketing and sales. So that's the focus area in this particular context. So I think that we would be able to make a wonderful and build a wonderful ecosystem. So probably in next 3 to 4 years.
Okay, thank you. Now, we have grown through the advantages that are there in the drone sector, and drone is really an upcoming sector in India with the technology and innovations going on. But there are the challenges and risk in this industry also. So I would like to understand from both of you, what are the challenges and risks that we are facing, and how we are making a cushion for ourselves against these risks and challenges.
See, when you see the risk and challenges in this particular industry, India is a booming sector specifically for large infrastructure. So everywhere there is a scope of large infrastructure. We have to, still we have to do several work in railways, because the railway is currently working on a maximum speed of average speed of 120. The target is 360. So a huge work is there. Probably we have to do railway gradient surveys, monitoring and all that. Bridges are quite old, so we have to build new bridges. Rivers are there, but river linking is required. Irrigation system is not so developed, so we have to develop that. There are so many work which need to be going on in digital twin context. In India, we are still using very old maps related to like topo sheets. We are using the Khasra cadastral map. We are using. So whole India need to be mapped for the land-based mapping, specifically for like Swamitwa scheme is there for the villages. The same scheme is going to be there for the cities as well. When every digital record is there, so the huge work need to be done. So we see lots and lots of work which is coming up, and government is really, really good in giving the startup initiatives as well as the projects, creating the funds for different type of scenarios and sectors. So keeping all these things, we are in the niche area of geospatial. So geospatial is something which is left behind in the earlier years, but now it is coming up. And it is booming up because it is really helping in all type of design and planning to every department. And that is the reason why we see value proposition for us that we can easily grow in the next 4 to 5 years up to 200 to 300 crore rupees of business scenario. And not only this, we also see that we can also grow the same type of business in African and Arabian regions and southeastern southeastern countries, because they are facing the same type of challenges as we do, and that's why we see that there are a lot of scope is there. Not only this much, but since the technology is also booming up, like geospatial technology along with artificial intelligence and machine learning, that can do miracles. So we are also utilizing the AI and ML. We are developing our softwares along with our geospatial and engineering solution that is totally giving the different type of peculiar type of services to our consumers. The railways and water sector, you can be considered that we are getting projects repeatedly by several clients. We are doing work for 7 to 8 years to only one client. So that is something which is giving us an edge to develop something new things. And this way that we are not only chasing the top line, we are chasing the bottom line. And that's the major role for us. And that is the reason why we have always been sustainable. We have always been profitable. And till date, we are almost debt-free company.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now we are coming up with the IPO, initial public offer of Matrix GEO, and preparing the company for the next lever of growth, right? So the funds raised through IPO, how will the funds be utilized? Where are we utilizing those funds? And how will this translate into the bottom line of the company? If you can share that.
See, the IPO fund will primarily be utilized for strengthening our sales team. We are expanding ourselves in domestic and international markets. So in domestic areas, we are putting our footprints specifically in northeastern states like Tripura, Assam, Meghalaya, and all that, and in south area like in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and Kerala, and then western India. We are also trying to see lots and lots of scope is there. So we are also putting some of our people out there. So majorly our money will go in strengthening the state level, sourcing of the projects. Uh, Currently, we were majorly focused upon the central government projects, but right now we are focusing upon state government as well. The another thing is we have also already reached in the global market that we have just invested some money into one of the conference in South Africa, and we got a wonderful, feedback and inquiries from different railways from African regions, Zimbabwe, South Africa, Eswatini, as well as from Zambia, Botswana. So we got wonderful linkage out there, and we met with the top officials from the railway sites. So that is where we are looking at the business. And then when it comes to the capex, we are also putting our money into different type of drones, which is required to grab more opportunities. And long endurance drones is there, day and night monitoring surveillance drone, which is going to be a new requirement from the defense sectors. And then we are going to operate with the help of different new survey technologies like LiDAR, geophysical surveys, and all that. So these are the adoption of new technologies are also there. So we are going to invest a very good amount of money, which is probably there. You can see in our DRHP as well. So we are going to put a lot of money out there. And then we required a handsome amount of working capital because we are going to target larger projects, and then that money would be required to execute those kind of larger projects. And when you're getting those projects, you would require the EMDs, performance guarantee. So some locking would be there as well from this capital structure. And as far as Drone Academy is concerned, right now we are having only one institute, so we would require some capital investment to increase our centers. We are targeting somewhere around 10 centers probably by next 1.5 years. So that's why we are going to utilize this money.
Okay.
And certainly it will translate a very good near about 25% to 30% bottom line.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So that was all. Thank you, Mr. Rahul and Mr. Amit, for taking out time to discuss and let the investors understand about the business of Matrix GEO. Now, Matrix GEO IPO is soon to be launched on NSE Emerge platform of India with the merchant bankers as Narnolia Financial Services. IPOPlatform.com is glad to be the part of journey as a knowledge partner of the company. So I would like to hear from both of you how IPO platform has helped you in this IPO journey.
I would say that you are the people. IPO platform is the platform that really helped us in finding the right investors, number one, the right merchant bankers, number two, and the hand-holding of the IPO platform people, Ashish ji and Gaurav ji is there, is really, really commendable and appreciable that they have never left our hand in any type of situation. They helped us beyond their capacity sometimes. And I would say whether it is a small document or a big document or any type of small consultancy is there, you have given a wonderful services to us, and we really appreciate and thankful to you guys that the way that you have helped us in this is really, really commendable. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your kind words, Mr. Rahul. So to conclude, anything else you would like to share to the investors?
Yes, so I think we are coming up with this IPO, and as Rahul has already explained, that we have given a sustainable and continuous growth of the company, and we will still committed to do and take this company forward. And we really thank all the investors till now who have helped us, and also the team who has with most of the people are with us from last few years, from 8 years, 10 years with us. So we really thank all the team who are with us, and then we look forward for the great future ahead.
Okay. Thank you. So wishing you all the best for this IPO, and be it very successful with good wishes. I'd like to end. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Priyanka.